YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis XL, alright, back at you with another episode of All My COD Games. The show, we take a look at whatever deck we want to take a look at, take out an EDOPro, and see what sort of nonsense we can get up to. So, today, everybody, we're taking a look at the Gravekeepers. It's been a whole year since I've taken a look at Gravekeepers. Figured it was about time to just take them out for another spin, you know? We got ourselves a nice little deck that's about turboing out the fusion, hitting your opponent with a little bit of lockdown, a little bit of this and that, a little bit of beatdown, lock them out of the graveyard. All the things that Gravekeepers like to do. So, for today's deck, we have the following cards. We have one Gravekeeper's Oracle, 2 copies of the Malefic Stardust Dragon, 1 Gravekeeper's Shaman, 3 Gravekeeper Commandant, 3 Gravekeeper Spiritualist, 1 Gravekeeper's Descendant, 2 Gravekeeper's Recruiter, 3 copies of Gravekeeper's Headman. We have 1 Magicalized Fusion. We have 3 copies of Necrovalley Throne, 3 Royal Tribute, 1 Terraforming, 2 Pot of Prosperity, 2 Super Poly, 3 copies of the Necrovalley, 3 Storming Mirror Force, a Starlight Road, 2 Summon Limits, and 3 Solemn Johnson. For our extra deck, we have 1 Vertanaconda, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 2 copies of Stardust Dragon, 3 copies of Gravekeeper Supernaturalist, 1 Chimeratech Fortress Dragon, 2 Starving Venom Fusion Dragons, 1 Solomon Great Violet Chimera, 2 Protoplanet Triplania, and 1 Quintet Magician. Side deck is actually relevant today. There are other Gravekeepers. You want another Recruiter? Go right ahead. If you want some more high-level Gravekeepers, go right ahead. If you want to make this deck more of a complete lockdown sort of thing, things like Hidden Temple of the Necrovalley to lock your opponent out of the extra deck's pretty good. Right as Spiritualist Monster Born for your Gravekeepers. Another Summon Limit if you really want to just go for lockdown. And things like Solemn Strike to just, you know, stop all your opponent's monster effects before they can even do anything. But for now, let's go ahead and go old EDOPro, show this deck off, show you how it works, and we'll have ourselves a good old Gravekeeping time. But also, don't want to forget this. Thank you guys ever so much for 435 subscribers on the tube. You guys, as always, very amazing. Love y'all. Let's get to 440 next. That's the next goal. But yes, on with the duels. Alrighty, our first opponent. You want to go first with this particular build? Not gonna. Oh wait, we're gonna get to go first. Perfect. That'll work exactly how we wanted it to go, especially with a hand like this one. Gravekeepers, we like to go first. It's a thing we like to do. We're gonna go ahead and activate Necrovalley Throne. This can add a Gravekeeper or allow you an extra normal summon. We just want to get ourselves another card. And considering we have Commandant, we're going to go ahead and grab... I'm going to grab Headman. Yeah, why not? We'll grab Headman. I'll explain why in a moment. So what we're going to do, activate Gravekeeper's Commandant. He's your discard. He adds your field spell. Necrovalley, nasty field spell. Gravekeepers get stronger, and the grave... Unless you're a Gravekeeper, you can't mess with the graveyard, essentially. You can't banish stuff in the grave, can't return stuff from the grave. You can't return. You can't banish or return or summon from the grave. It's pretty nasty. So we're going to summon out Gravekeeper's Headman. This guy, when he's summoned, you can target a level 4 Gravekeeper in the grave, bring him back. You can't make it exceed here because, obviously, the levels are different, but it's nice to have another monster on board. We're also going to banish our Stardust Dragon for Malefic. This will protect our field spell. We do not want to lose the field spell. We also want to hit our opponent's hand with Royal Tribute. Ooh, that's a lot of monsters. Yeah, basically, if you have Necrovalley, both players discard all your monsters. Very nasty effect. So we're up against Spacians. Wait, hold on one second. He lost all of his connectors. That's gotta hurt, physically and emotionally. But yeah, we're pretty set. You know, I've got 3 beat stick. Well, Headband's not a beat stick, but he's trying. He's doing stuff. He's doing things. And got another Throne. Very good. And yeah, I have Starlight Road. If you try to nuke me, I can use this to protect myself. And Turbo out Stardust Dragon is very nice. So, let me think here. Let's add ourselves a Gravekeeper monster, because I like me some Gravekeepers. Or not. To be fair, I was going to make, like, you know, I was going to go ahead and summon out, like, IP Masquerena and get more damage, because I got to search another Headman and bring this back and just do more damage. But this will be fine, too. I can only attack with Stardust Dragon, because that's how Malefics work. But with this situation, if this is Spacians, he can't touch the extra, or he can't touch the graveyard, so I should be good. Although I think next turn I will make Masquerena just in case he draws. Okay, never mind. I was about to say in case he draws into the Neos fusion. I don't want to have to deal with Rainbow Neos, but there you go. That's, he lasted a whole turn longer than I figured he would. I guess he was trying to dig into the Neos fusion. But most players, when, they lose their hand and they can't access the cards in their graveyard no more, they're not going to last too much longer, because a lot of decks these days rely on the graveyard and do not like their hand going to the graveyard. So, that's the idea of this deck, Get your Necrovalley on the field, walk your opponent out of the graveyard. If you can help it, go for the Royal Tribute, and just continue from there. And we didn't even summon the Fusion. That's the next step. Let's go for Duel 2, summon to Fusion, because he's a pretty good boy himself. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. And let's just keep going. We'll go Paper Gang today, and there we go. Go first. What do we have for... Ooh, this hand is not very good. It's not a very good hand at all. I mean, it's got elements of things, but none of the things that start me up. And if we're lucky, we can draw into a Royal Tribute. So let's go ahead and banish some stuff. Banishing mostly things that are just like there just in case things, in case Salamangreat, in case Cyber. How many cards was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's see, 5. Verite only there in case Magicalized Fusion is actually necessary, but hopefully will not be. So let's banish 6 cards. Come on, Tribute. Come on, Tribute. Come on, baby. No Tribute. Okay. Live and let die. Oh, ooh. Summon limit sounds like a good idea. I'm gonna go summon limit. If I need to slow things down just a smidge, this will at least help me slow things down just a smidge. We'll go ahead and set Storming first. Set this. Activate Necrovalley, so now he can't use the graveyard. And I'll set Super Poly and pray to Ra that I do not get hit with Harpy's Feather Duster, because that would be bad. What is this? Magnetic Field. If you control level 4 lower Earth, blah blah. Summon Magnet. Edit damage step. Earth monster battles a monster. Monster was not destroyed. Return monster to hand. Interesting. So this is some sort of magnet deck. I remember these. So you send magnet from deck to the GY. Alright. Summon my limits. Okay, so unfortunately these guys are all Earth. So I don't have any Super Poly targets for Earth monsters. But all I really need to do is draw into, like, a monster, and I should be good. I mean, yeah, the chances of getting hit by Valkyria. If he gets Empyrean Magnum somehow, I am in bad troubles. I'm in bad troubles if that happens. Okay, so we're going to have to go for our second pot. You usually don't want to go for pot more than once, but sometimes you have to. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and... Ooh, yeah. I want to keep a Stardust just in case I draw into Malefic. Come on, give me a thing here. Give me an... Okay, that's something, but it's not the something I want now. Recruiter? Recruiter is at least something. Yeah, because if he's sent to the graveyard, I can add myself a Gravekeeper. I can add my Spiritualist. So, at the very least, it's something. Plus, it's bigger than this. Oh, how's this work again? Banish 3 level 4 Magnetic War. Okay, so this does nothing at the moment. Other than Magnetic Field bouncing this, which is annoying, but what can do? Unless you're telling me this does... No, it's just bouncing the thing. Okay, good. Alright, that'll do. That'll do. Okay, so now all I need to do is have Gravekeeper's Recruiter get destroyed. That's the key here. Ooh, Twin Twister. Hitting my field spell. You fiend, I kinda need that. Adamancipator Researcher. Okay, that is bad. This is Adamancipator with magnets. What did he get? Berserkian, resist. Okay, so we got. Why are you playing the red crystal? That's like one of the worst ones. The blue crystal is best crystal. Let's see. Place Adamancipator card from hand or grave on top of the deck. Sent to is in the grave. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, blue crystal's better because he lets you draw stuff. Why would you want red when you can have blue? And he going for Mekk-Knight? Add card. This guy's playing Adamancipators in a rather different way than I am used to. Cause yeah, that works and all that good stuff. But like, Raptite better. Okay, my opponent surrenders at the drop of a hat. Stormy Mirror Forcer game. I hate to call that a win, but technically my opponent did surrender. I was gonna start building up my resources. My recruiter would have recruited me, my spiritualist eventually. It would have been a bit of a touchy thing with the field spell. Honestly, I don't think he should have surrendered just yet. I think he just kind of raged. So I'll go for bonus duels, but I'm gonna call that a win for now. Say that he played Adamancipators differently, but not in the way that really would have worked. But regardless, let's go for duel numero tres and see if we can find ourselves a bit of a better opponent. Alrighty, third opponent. Hopefully a better opponent didn't get to pick. You always want to go first, like I keep saying with this deck. You always want to. Alright, opening hand is an interesting one. This doesn't look like much. Okay, you're playing Lone Fire. I'm going to guess that this is a Romages, and he's going to summon Evil Thorn. Am I right? I could be right, I could be wrong. This could also be general. No, it's Rikka. I was working my way down the plant archetype list, and I was thinking, what was he going to go for? Okay, so this guy's playing Rikka. Okay. They're all about making, like, the rank 8 exceeds and tributing the opponent's stuff. Which is a rather nasty strategy if he can get it to work. Because I don't really have a defense against being tributed. Also, these are all waters, so Super Poly doesn't do me anything against that. Doesn't do me much good there. And this lets you add Rikka Spell Trap. That gets you Flurries. If Rikka is tributed, make your opponent tribute a monster they control. During your opponent's end phase, you control a face-up non-plant, destroy this. Okay. So basically, if he tributes his own stuff, then I have to tribute too, is essentially what this is going to do. Yep, and he's got his Teardrop Queen. Which just straight up, he can attach material, target a monster, tribute it. And then everything gets tributed. This thing gets bigger for a turn. It's going to be a tricky thing to get around this. Like I say. Where the heck were you a minute? If I'd gone... Well, obviously I wouldn't have drawn into this, but it would have been nice to have it. Alright, let's go ahead. Commanded boy. Search field spell. I don't need to search the field spell, obviously. I just wanted to make him think that I need to do that. Alrighty. So let's go ahead. Activate Terraforming. Add another field spell. That way I just have all the field spells. I don't have to worry about drawing into it. I'd rather not draw into it just yet. Alright. Necrovalley. And that only tributes monsters, of course. What do you got? Got something? Don't got nothing? Okay, good. Oof, it's a hard thing, because I don't have... Does it only work on... Okay, this targets any monster. Okay. So what I'm going to do... Set Recruiter. Activate Royal Tribute. You like to tribute things? I'm going to tribute more things. No monsters in your hand for you. Hope you didn't want to have monster cards, because they're gone. And we'll end our turn. We should be... Oh, wait, no. I just realized something. He can't bring back his Petal because of Necrovalley. Haha. That's exactly what we wanted to happen. Because now his main searcher of things, the Petal, it doesn't do anything now. He literally can't do nothing with it. And yeah, he's got the Teardrop, and that is an annoying thing. But so long as I can get rid of this with my Storming, I should be good. See, this is the thing. Royal Tribute is just going to annihilate this guy. And yeah, he'll probably tribute this when I activate Storming Mirror Force, because that is a quick effect. But such is the sacrifice that must be made. Yeah. Storming Mirror Force. I mean, I could have... suppose I could have allowed that to get destroyed and then search something and then just attack, did that later, but this'll work too. It'll all work out in the end. Oh, hey, and I still go to the graveyard, so it all works out. Haha. Definitely intended all that. Alright, so let's go ahead, get our Spiritualist. That way we get our boss monster. As soon as I top deck, another Gravekeeper of some form. Yeah, bit of a sticky wicket yet in, my boyo, because normally you'd be recurring that pedal over and over and over again and keep searching your monsters, and you'd also have a hand. What did I discard anyway? Okay, you had the hand trap, and you had Herbor. Ooh, Oracle. Nice. He's a big booty boy. You gotta like a big booty boy with a stick. He's clearly the man in charge. Alright, Spiritualist. We're gonna go ahead and make this. And now I'm using level 10 monster. This is going to be 3,900. That's way bigger than Teardrop Queen was. Alright, then we should be pretty set from here. I don't think Rikka has a really good, like, what do you call it? They don't have a really good recovery from this. They have no hand. He can't go for his pedal that he would normally be going for. I should be good. I should just be good from here on out. I can just keep summoning out more supernaturalists over and over again. And he can activate pedal, but because of Necrovalley, nope. None of that. Talk to the hand. Talk to the Gravekeeper. Talk to this guy's hand. Look at him. He's clearly doing the side. Just talk to this hand. Alrighty. And then we'll go for Headman. Should be noted, I mean, it's obvious at this point, Headman ignores the effect of Necrovalley. Because at one point, Konami was like, hey, I think Gravekeepers should not be affected by their own field spell. It's kind of limiting their stuff. And I could use Descendant for more... Yeah, I'm going for Descendant for more damage. Even though I really don't need it. So let's go ahead and end this duel. There's a nice little matchup. The Rikkas just completely destroyed by Royal Tribute. Royal Tribute's a nasty thing. Combined with Necrovalley, it's pretty nutty. So there's duel number 3. Let's go for duel number 4. Might duel number 5. We'll see how it goes. But for now, let's go for duel number 4. And see if we can find somebody who's like, maybe not meta, but like closer to it. Let's try and find a combo deck. We'll see how we can do. Alrighty, 4th opponent. We're in the competitive server. I'm hoping to find a more competitive opponent. We'll find out. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. I don't often go on the competitive server. If I couldn't tell, I'm not all that into the competitive sort of side of this game. But I figured we'd give it a shot. So let's go ahead and start with Commandant. Alright, no Ash Blossom is already a good start. And we should be... This isn't the perfect hand, but it's got elements of the perfection I'm looking for. So let's go ahead for Spiritualist. And attempt to fuse. Alright, so far so good. So far, no one perms or Ash Blossoms, so that's pretty good in of itself. So I'll go ahead and set this, and... So I want to go for Malefic, just to have more... I'm going to keep this in my hand just in case I need it. Let's go ahead and search out more stuff. Let's get ourselves another Headman, so I can make another Supernaturalist if I need to. And we'll see. Now it's all up depending on what my... He's only got a 14-card extra deck. Not sure how competitive this guy is, but he can't use a graveyard, so that's a good start. Anything graveyard related does not work with this deck. Actually, I was doing I do live streams on my channel like once a week. But actually, it's more like I do it 1 week, another week, and then I take a break. And what was it? Like last time I was doing the live stream, I kind of wish I had Necrovalley because I got decked out by what are they called? Machinas. I got a fan named Levi. He likes to beat me up with his Machinas. But you know what? Machinas can't do much with Necrovalley. Because it's like, what do you do? Machinas need the graveyard. They summon stuff out of the... Okay, so this guy's playing D-Hero combo wombos. Alright, I will probably solemn something at some point. Probably Cross Dude, maybe? We'll find out. See, he negated Supernatural. I thought he was trying to get rid of my field spell. Or something. Let's see. Summon a vision here from the deck. Goes for Vion. You can ditch a D hero. Alright. Here's the thing, though. He can't... If he sends Malicious, he can't banish Malicious. He can't banish for Vion. He does have Shadow Mist, though. So he does have that. So the big question is, what exactly is he going to do to get around my stuff? It's always a big question. A Duster Gold. Add Dark Fusion. Doesn't Dark Fusion banish, though? Pretty sure it does. So he won't be able to use Dark Fusion unless he has a... Wait, I don't remember all the things about Evil Fusion. Does it use monsters in the graveyard alone? I think it's like field and graveyard, if I'm not mistaken. Fusion summoning my... banishing the materials from hand and... Okay, can use the hand. But he can't use the graveyard. Alright, Fusion Destiny. I think... Yeah, I'm gonna stop Fusion Destiny. I don't want him to set that up if I can help it. Not if I can help it, sir. I mean, still, he can go for, like, the big Link dude. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he can go for the big Link dude and, like, punch Supernatural really hard in the face. That's about it. Okay, Cross Guy. Target D hero on the grave, summon it. But you can't do that because Necrovalley. Okay. Tribute a D hero monster, add a hero with a different name from the deck. Okay, so we can't do that because that's a vision hero. Surprised he didn't just go for Big Link 3. Maybe he's not running the Big Link 3. I can't imagine why you wouldn't run a copy of that, because that's a pretty decent monster, and he makes all your monsters bigger. Okay, so he does have... There he is. Dread-Decimator. Alright. And unless I draw into another bigger Gravekeeper, beating that is gonna be tricky. Because I can make a monster that's as big as this, but not bigger. Not at the moment. Alright. Set Cardo. Terraforming. Alright. It's not perfect, but it's a start. Okay, so let's go for Headman. Go ahead and use Headman's effect. Bring back our Spiritualist, because that's what we always do. Mask change. Why mask change? Anki? Darklaw? Darklaw. Why would you go for Darklaw? Seems kind of weird, but whatever. Alright, that's what you want to do. You want to do that? You do that. Go right ahead. That'll work for me. That makes things a lot simpler for me, actually. The Supernaturalist was going to be smaller than that monster. Alright, so for whatever reason he goes for Darklaw. I don't know why. I mean, he has Dark Fusion, which he can't really use. And, yeah, he's going to get that thing back. But it don't work, because Necrovalley kills anybody who relies on the graveyard. It don't work. I'm going to set this. Oh, and I want to go for Malefic Stardust, but since I have Supernaturalist, I'm still good. So let's go ahead and get... You know what? I'm going to get... Oh, never mind. My opponent surrenders. I was going to go ahead and get Throne, just to deck thin a little bit extra. But my opponent surrendered. Okay, so hero players, beware the Necrovalley. Because without your graveyard... Surprising, you'd think heroes would be a little bit stronger against this. Because they're all about the swarming. But they actually do use the graveyard a decent amount. Although, to be fair, a lot of this guy's loss was him going for Darklaw for whatever reason. But I'm calling it as a win. You know what? He made a mistake, and it cost him everything. So let's go ahead for one more duel today, and see what happens. You know, we'll see. I'll try again on the competitive server, see if I can get somebody good. All right, fifth and final opponent of the day, again in the competitive server. We'll see if our luck holds out. All right, opening hand. If it wasn't for the fact that I am missing my best thing, I would be good. But I am not having my best thing, so we kind of have to just sit, because without Field Spell, this doesn't do anything. That's the ultimate weakness of Gravekeepers. Without the Field Spell, without that home field advantage, They do nothing. Alright, what is this guy playing? Set rotation. Okay, so this is another deck that relies on... Okay, Magicalize, Fusion, Trickster Life Stage. Okay, interesting. Alright, so this is some version of Invoked. Which is... It's an interesting matchup. It's an interesting one. I mean, I would have... Oh, man, if I had known that, I would have just set Headman or something. Or set Spiritualist. Because as it stands, he's not going to have a Dark on the field very long. He's just going to go ahead and make Mekka-Knight. The Dread Mekka-Knight. And he's a light monster. I don't have a target for light monsters. I probably should have thrown Mud Dragon in here. Not that Mud Dragon would be very helpful, but, you know, just have monsters different, you know, monsters, same type, different attribute, whatever. So, different targets for Super Poly. Definitely would have been a thing. Alright, so he's going to do, well, exactly what I said. He's going to, no, wait, hold on. He's doing more things. Okay, so this is where I would have gone for the Super Poly into a Mud Dragon, but I can't do that. Not that would have helped very much, but it would have been something. Would have been something. I also have this Magicalized Fusion just teasing me. I mean, if I could get enough monsters in the grave, this would be good. Yeah, that'd be kind of tricky to do. Unless this guy, like, discarded my hand or something. So we'll see. Verte Anaconda. Actually, that's fine. You know what? If I was about to say. Okay. I was about to say, if he's going to make Dragoon, that actually would not be a bad thing. Because then I can Super Poly the Dragoon. And then it's still a trick to get around the Mekka-Knight. But it'd be a lot easier if I had a Dragoon I could Super Poly. We'll find out. Okay, here it goes. There it goes. Red Eyes Fusion into Dragoon. Show me Dragoon. Negate and destroy. Okay. So yeah, he's got himself a Red Eyes Dragoon, which would normally be a rather tricky monster to deal with. But I have Super Poly. So I can go ahead, ditch Spiritualist. He can't respond to this because spell speed 4. And I can go ahead and just make myself a Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Let's see. Make this card game tag with one monster special, summon a monster. But you can just negate that, and then I get banished, so I'd rather not get banished, so I'm just going to leave this like it is. So now if he wants to get around it, he's going to have to use that Alistair. And that may or may not be... Okay, he does not want to use the Alistair. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Alrighty, we're back on track. Still need my... Ooh, actually, that might help. We'll find out. I need the field spell. If I can just get my field spell, I should be, I do declare, better than I am right now. We'll find out. Ash Blossom. I should have known. Should have known, Ash Blossom. Let's see. I can still bring back a monster. Difficult decision. You know, I'm just gonna ram over... Well, I guess Purple Guy can just banish himself, but, you know, I'm gonna try this anyway. Let's attack Purple Boy. Okay, so Purple Boy will banish himself. As you do. And then, what's this do again? Target a Mekk-Knight, banish it, add a Mekk-Knight. Okay. Well, as long as I don't play anything else, that doesn't do anything. Attack Mekka-Knight. That way we'll use up some of his resources. Alright, so my monster will get destroyed. As he does. This is one of them rare cases I wish I was running kaijus in this deck. Maybe a Kamungus or something. Something dark. Okay, so no Phantasme. That gets banished, but I don't really care too much. What I really care about is just somehow getting enough monsters in the grave. The problem is I'm probably going to be dead before that happens. Because unfortunately, his deck's just a little bit faster than mine. Gravekeeper's not that fast. They are not that fast. I make them look a little faster than they are, but they're not that fast. Stormy Mirror Force would also probably be good. Oh, hey. A Kaiju. The Kaiju. I see. Yeah, Stormy Mirror Force would have definitely been better, because I don't think this guy's running too many trap cards. I mean, this is potentially a trap, but it could also just be a quick play spell. We'll find out. Alright. So Blue Boy gets it. Okay, yeah, Eclipse. Okay, I'm pretty much dead, aren't I? I think I might be dead in this one, folks. We put in some effort. Unfortunately, we did not draw the things we needed, and his deck's just a little bit too fast for us. I tried to fight the meta, but this was the sort of deck that Necrovalley isn't really designed to go up against. At least not this version, anyway. So, I'm going to skip ahead. If somehow, some way we get around this, I'll be back. If not, I'll see you guys in the end screen. Alrighty, so, Gravekeepers 2021, we went 4 out of 5. Not bad, not bad. The last guy did rage quit. Actually, he made a misplay, but I'm not going to count that as a win, because, you know, while he did mess up, I was probably not going to be able to come back from, you know, the setup I was in. So I'm going to call this 4 out of 5. The deck works just fine against, you know, mostly casual dudes, but you can make this more anti-meta if you want. Just add in a bit more negates and things. But the deck works just fine, you know, your Turbo out, your Supernaturalist. It would be really nice if Gravekeepers had another extra deck, like a different fusion would be nice. Or something, but considering that Konami loves Dark Magicians a little bit too much, probably not going to be happening anytime soon. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the Gravekeepers video. Don't forget to smash the like button to let me know you enjoyed it. Consider subbing. We're trying to get to 500 subs by the end of 2021. That's the current goal. We'll see how it goes. I'm happy where the channel is right now, but I want to get just a little bit extra. Just a little bit more. So if you've been watching the channel for a while and you want to support it, just hit the sub button. I'm not going to ask for anything more than that. You know? So, anyway, thank you all again for watching. Your boy Memphis is signing out. Check that Gravekeeper off the list. And next time, I gotta actually organize the list. I've got a big old list of different decks I gotta look at. If you can read that, I don't know if you can do that, but I gotta get working on that. So I'll see y'all later.